Tony Gaskins here. Now I'm hoping you could hear me. I ain't got my headphones in and on a little walk, just jumping on right on into it because for those who want the replay, but I decided when I get a little time, I'm gonna go live when I can because I've been traveling, been on the road, working on a lot of things on the business side of things, building the brand, working on the DestinyApp.com, also getting my insurance company in position, getting into a great new situation, Lord willing, within the next couple of weeks. So been locked in, been working, haven't been able to film as much as I normally do or as long as I normally do. And this for some reason, this when you're on the phone, it'll let you set it where you can have members only, but it won't let you set the chat to members only. So for those of y'all who not in the Blessed Tribe, enjoy the chat. We always sometimes will have trolls and stuff come through there, but maybe if we got a couple moderators, they'll be able to block them. But appreciate y'all. We in a very weird space right now, and for those of y'all with a job, God bless you and keep your head up. Like if you got a job right now, you need to be in gratitude. I think that if you have a job right now, you might be a little spoiled and you might not fully feel or understand what's going on in the economy. If you have a job right now, y'all forgive me, let me put up this trash can before I get back on my walk. I see it here. I drove right past it. But, and I'm gonna tell you one thing too. If you have a job, make sure you start getting there 15 minutes early. Because unless your company going out of business, they're gonna need you. So make sure you get there about 15 minutes early. And shout out to you, London and Alyssa Vlogs. God bless you. Just so happen to see that. But make sure you get there about 15 minutes early to that job. And if you can, stay about 15 minutes late. Because I'm going to give y'all a heads up. I'm going to give y'all a little heads up. Y'all forgive me real quick. Let me get past this here address because y'all will be, Tony, seeing your address. Your address was on there. Like, listen, come over here you want to. Be going to meet the Lord early. Be like, Lord, I ain't expect to meet you this soon. I just went over to Tony Gaskins' house. So, listen, get up 15 minutes early. Leave 15 minutes late. Because for those of us that's entrepreneurs, we got our finger on the pulse of the economy so we could feel things. And one of the things I noticed is YouTube just made it harder for people to get monetized. They had already took and cut the AI people. Then they made it harder for people to get monetized. They changing the views, which may be a good thing because it's just a show like more views, but not really. I don't think it gets you paid more. But, and then today at my office people wrote me and said that they got to increase the rent by 3%. Now, mind you, the recession going down, increasing the rent. Shout out to my moderators. God bless y'all. Caramel kisses, I see you in there. So, and as far as these here lives, my Purpose Pushers community open tomorrow. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of lives on there on y'all lunch break at 12. So if you in the community, you'll get to see me going live on there. And I got the link in the description. It don't technically open till tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And so stay tuned. That's gonna be the #1 purpose community in the world. So stay tuned if you ready to get on in. And so they raised the rent. So I wrote them back and I let them know, I said, hey, if it go over this right here price, I might have to check on that now. And you know, the owner, he called me, he said, well, listen, if you extend it 2 more years, we'll keep it same rate. But I don't know what the Lord gonna do. Cause if I could mess around and find me a little office, something a little sexy, and with that floater ceiling glass, and somewhere I could host some seminars and some trainings, I might go on move. I don't know though. But I love being super close to my office. I mean, to my house, in my office. But it's something happening in the economy. And y'all also got to realize, in this world that we live in this economy, tell your mama, thank you. Tell LaShonda, thank you. You also got to realize, in this economy, the person we got in there, the news can't tell you. The news can't say to you, hey, the economy is in a recession. We doing bad. The news can't do that with the person we got in there, because whatever news station does that, they know they'll get blacklisted. They know they'll get attacked. So you just have to feel it for yourself. And you're gonna feel it by grocery, gas, all that going up, and income staying the same. A lot of my clients have been laid off. And so you got to realize that that's a very real thing in our world. Them layoffs is real. And so that's why you gonna hear me talking so much about purpose and about tapping into that purpose, diving into that purpose. And the reason being is because of what we seeing in this world. And here's the thing. It might be one day a week that you work in your purpose. It might be one day. One day a week that you take and you focus all your time and all your energy to developing your business, finding your customers, figuring out what you're gonna sell, figuring out what you can offer the world. One day a week might be all it takes. And you gotta focus on that. And I'm gonna tell you, when I was working 40 hours a week, they used to offer me overtime. I said, no, I ain't taking no overtime, because I'm working on my dreams. I'm working on my dreams. I'm working on what I'm called to do. And I told my wife, I told my co-workers, I say, who is this, the Lover Show? Just got blocked. Talking about blacks blaming Trump for their failures. Boy, you talking to a millionaire. Shut your behind up. I just tell the truth over here. So you need to get you some powder, slap yourself, and shut up. Stay out these comments, boy. Before you get found out here now. Don't be coming in here getting me off my message, you little punk. And so listen to me now. And so I said, hey, I'm off this job in 5 years. I'm gone. 5 years, I'm gone. And guess what? 4 years, 10 months I was off that job 4 years, 10 months. And they were offering me overtime. I say, no, I ain't taking no overtime because that overtime got to go to my dream. It got to go to what I'm doing. Then I got booked for a speaking engagement at around the 4-year mark. A little over 4 years. Got booked for a speaking engagement, and I applied for 2 days of vacation off the job because I was building my dream while working my job. And I was balancing the dream and the job until my dream would become my job. So I applied for 2 days off of vacation, and my boss, which was a black man, that's the unfortunate part, he told me no. And he knew what I was trying to do. He knew I was trying to build. He knew I had to win on Oprah. I had to win on Tyra Banks. And so he knew my brand was building. And he told me no. When we had so many workers that would work, that would fill in. Now, this where he messed up. I worked with a white boy that he had just gave 2 days the week before or 2 weeks before. So that's when you don't mess with me like that now. So he told me no. I went right over his head, and I told her the white women that was above him. I said, hey, I applied for 2 days off. They telling me no, but they told Billy yes. And they know I got a brand. I'm building my brand. He just took off to take off. They let Billy take off to play his guitar and won't let me take off to go do a speaking engagement. So they took and they said, well, you know, if that's what he said, that's all we could say. We can't do nothing about it. Guess what I did? I went right to EEOC. See, me, I don't take no L's. All I know is W's. I do not take no L's. I'm not claiming no L. I could take a L and I'm gonna call it a W. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the mindset. So I went right to EEOC website, looked through there, seen what they had, and I say, no, Sharon, we talking about purpose right now. Because the purpose pushes community open tomorrow, 10 a.m. Link in the bio, in the description. And so, visit mymentor.life, book your session now. Keep your head up, keep going. Mymentor.life, book your session. And so, I looked through what they said. I clicked on that discrimination, and I filled it out. I say, listen, they let Caucasian Billy take off 2 days, but then told me I can't take my 2 days off. Houston, we have a problem. So EEOC, they wrote the corporate office, say, hey, one of your employees, Tony Gaskins, and said y'all discriminated on him. What we doing? Then they say, hey, they responded, say they don't know what you're talking about, but we're gonna set up a mediation. Guess what? Set up the mediation. We mediator going from my room to their room. We going back and forth. I tell them, hey. Then they bring us in a room together. I told them, I said, hey, I got the #1 civil attorney in the state of Florida that's on my side. Somebody I know. And if I have to go to court, I'm gonna sue you for 7 figures for discrimination. So let's settle this right now, and we ain't got to go to court. I said I got over 20 pages of documents and violations, HIPAA, OSHA, all that, with these clients' medicine. Boy, they sitting there shaking. They was sitting there shaking, boy. Ain't had now document, ain't had now lawyer. And I said, this is what I want. This number right here. It was 5 figures. They negotiated me down to 4 figures. And they said, we'll give you this here 4 figures and for you to leave the company. I say, nope. I take them 4 figures and I stay until I'm ready to go, because I'm getting ready to go anyways. So then they say, okay, well, we can't afford to give it to you all at once. We got to split it up in 3 payments, and we'll put it on the back of your next 3 checks. Boy, them checks felt good, boy. I had that was my first law case right there. I knew I should have been a lawyer, because just like I told you how I got that free $80,000 Dodge Hellcat red eye from Dodge dealership for running my credit when they weren't supposed to. Listen, I'm a lawyer now. I'm gonna teach about that too in the community. But that right there, I was able to get off that job. And I got off that job 2011. I've been full-time ever since 2011. And listen, it ain't easy being an entrepreneur, being a full-time entrepreneur. Y'all know that. It ain't easy. If you ever tried it, you got to grind. And you can't be scared of the grind. You got to be willing to do the work, because the work won't do itself. So you got to be willing to do it. And I'm going to tell you now, the last thing it is easy. It definitely ain't easy. And so you got to realize and understand that just start small. Start small. 1-2 days a week. So I used to get 2 days off, Tuesday and Wednesday. Them Tuesday and Wednesday, I was taking, and I just was sitting there and I was working. I'd be working the whole day. I'm sitting there. And I started, as I was promoting myself, I was taking and putting my coaching, and I'm coaching on them 2 days. I might have 2 sessions, 3 sessions. I'm sitting there, boom, doing that coaching. Kim, I don't know what you're talking about now. So if you signed up for a promo, send an email in. Thank you there, Cameron. Send an email in, touch your nose now. And so I'm sitting there and I'm doing my coaching. And right from there, I'm pitching myself all day, getting out there. And that's what you got to realize. See, and this where the trick is. The trick is, you go to work, they steal all your energy. They steal all your creativity, because you don't like your boss, you don't like your coworkers, you don't like your job. So you're sitting somewhere, you're sitting in a torture chamber for 8 hours a day. And that's why it's hard. That's why when you get home, you don't want to do no more work. You don't want to work in your purpose. You don't want to do any of that, because you've been in a torture chamber all day. So you looking for some rest and relaxation. You looking for a way you could kick your feet up. And so, but see, the antidote to that is identifying your purpose, because purpose won't feel like work even when it's work. Purpose won't feel like work even when it feels like work. And so that's what you have to understand, because that purpose is what's going to give you that wind beneath your wings. That's what's going to give you that extra push, because it ain't just doing something to do something. It ain't just doing something to make money. It's doing what you was put here for. And so when you doing what you was put here for, that right there feel different. It feel totally different. Go on my Instagram, when we get off this live, go on my Instagram and go to Tony Gaskins on the Instagram and look at my last 4-5 posts where I'm posting different parts of my journey. And you're gonna see what I mean by when you tap into your purpose. And understanding that it don't matter where you from, it doesn't matter your education, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your gender. None of that matters when you step into purpose. And what y'all always say, somebody who else, we need to give that person royalties, who said, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the call. Shando, won't he do it? That we need to get that person royalties right there, because that's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. Look like somebody just signed up for the Purpose Pushers community, because I just got a notification up there from school. And I ain't want to join that school because they don't let you put your own domain. And I don't like promoting people's stuff if I'm paying you. If I'm paying you now, it need to be my .com. Don't have me paying you and promoting you. But hey, had to give in. So yeah, it opened tomorrow 10 a.m. Eastern. Meaning I'm gonna post about it everywhere at 10 a.m. And I want to get me this first cohort, 1,000 students, because in that right there, then after that, I got to increase the price, because I'm gonna keep the integrity of it. And this is the thing, just like how when I be on here and I have the open chat where people who not in the Blessed Tribe, you see how you get a lot of riffraff in the chat, because it's people who not invested in the channel, people who not really a pure, real supporter of the channel. So you get a lot of riffraff. So that's why in the community that open, I have to have it at a certain level so that the people who come in, they of the mindset to grow and to activate. Because let me tell you, people buy courses online and they only do 10%, 10 to 15% of the course. You know how I know? Because I done bought courses. And I took and bought a course one time for $1,000. And I ain't even had the money for it. I went $900 into the negative for the course, and I still didn't finish the course. I probably did 30% of the course. You know why? Because the work is the hardest part. But let me tell you what happens. We don't want to do the work because the action of signing up makes us feel like we did the work. So to sign up for something, we pat ourselves on the back and say, hey, I joined. But all of the blessings, all of the breakthrough comes after that. It ain't just signing up, it's actually implementing the things that you learn. Now, in the 30% of the course I did, I implemented what I learned. In there, in that 30%, I learned about creating a proprietary process. And this probably was 2014 or something. And guess what? I'm still creating proprietary processes today. So the purpose arc is basically a proprietary process, because I created the arc, then I also created the purpose formula, and I also created the 4 purpose. So all of that is proprietary. All of that is stuff that I could train coaches on. If you take and you look at your upbringing and you look at who your mama is, who your daddy is, who your grandmas, who your grandfathers, Look at the house you grew up in, or the houses or the apartments, the homes you lived in, the schools you went to, the people you talked to, the friends you had, the trauma you experienced. You take all of those ingredients and you sit down long enough and mix it all together, and you're gonna come up with a proprietary process. I'm walking past a red Honda, and it's a minivan. So let's say you got the red Honda halogen hop. See how you done come up with some from your situation, with your experiences, and then you say, okay, in this process. So I'm talking to the gentleman, and he was telling me, so my client came and he hired me, and he telling me what he want to do. And I say, hey, as I'm listening to him, I say, I think you got something that we gonna call the 5 P's. People, platform, purpose, price. It was something like that, you know, it was 5 P's that he put a word to each one of them. And he created the 5P process. In my book, Single is Not a Curse, I got the 5 F's. I just went to an insurance thing, and the company had 5 F's. Their 5 F's was the same as my 5 F's except for 1 F. But when you thinking, and you thinking about what's important to you, family, faith, finances, fitness, and they had fun. Mine is friends. And so that's just normal thinking. So that's why they say great minds think alike. It ain't that great minds think alike, it's that minds think alike. When you give your mind time to think, you got to remember, your mind created the computer. Your mind created AI. Your mind created the car. Your mind created the airplane. Your mind created the government, the school system, the banking system, the insurance system, the stock market. Your mind created all of that. But what you forget about is the keys. Everything I just named was created before the computer. It was created before social media. It was created before color television. See, their mind had silence. Their mind had solitude. Their mind had solace. So therefore, their mind found solutions. See, all our mind today typically finds is problems and excuses, because we are inundated by blue light, algorithms, and a bunch of drama. So guess what? We don't learn, we don't grow. And this is what God gave me when I went away for them 3 nights, 4 days. And I turned my phone off. So when I turned my phone off, when I checked in, check-in was at 4:30. I powered my phone down at 4 p.m. Thursday. So come Friday, 24 hours, 4 p.m. Come Saturday, 48 hours. Come Sunday, I checked out 12 p.m. I turned my phone back on to call my wife. I didn't read my text. So come Sunday, 4 p.m., that was 72 hours. Then come Monday, I got to work 9 a.m. And I worked on me all day. So I didn't get to really get on my text. So I planned the seminar, November 28th, the Grand Hyatt, Tampa Bay, Florida, the Purpose Arc seminar. I planned the seminar, I wrote the hotel, I booked it, created the course on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com, started selling the tickets. And then I went to another level because I normally sell tickets $25. I made the ticket $500, included lunch and dinner. Dinner be more so finger foods. I said, what? I'm finna bet on me. I'm finna go to that next level. I'm finna stop playing small. I'm finna stop catering to only the people who ain't ready to take that next step. And I'm finna go up to the people who really trying to do something, who really trying to elevate, who really trying to go to that next level. And that took me breaking. That took me busting out the seams. That took me getting out my comfort zone. That took me getting past those beliefs of insecurity and being less than, being poor, dumb, and country. And guess what? Within a week, half the tickets was sold. So it showed me, it was proof of concept that, hey, we all have something that's worthy. We all have something that's needed. We all have something in us that people want and that people need. And see, this is the thing what you got to realize. Your recipe is different than my recipe because you was raised different. You live different. You eat different. You saw different. You behave different. So your recipe is different than mine. Your proprietary process is different than mine. So what you got to do is you got to create enough silence so that you could hear. So you could hear your heart. You could hear your mind. You could hear your thoughts. And you can take your experiences and you can turn it into something that you can package and you can make the world a better place. But guess what? When you do this, you putting what you have packaged into the marketplace. So if you go into the grocery store and they have food that's free, what does it about the food? It's old and it's spoiled. So free doesn't always translate because the way we are conditioned, if it's free, it's worthless. And I had to learn that the hard way because I wanted to do free and I realized people don't recognize free, nor do they appreciate free, nor do they respect free, nor do they understand free. So I had to realize if you put something into the marketplace, it has to have a price. I'm done with my 30-minute walk, y'all, so I'm going to get in my sauna. That sauna be hot, so this phone gonna cut off, so I got to get on off of here. So that's what I want you to realize and understand. So if my phone cut off, y'all, just know the live might still be running, but the YouTube worker that they have watching me, they'll cut it off for me. They'll take and cut it off for me after it cut off. And so that's what you got to realize and understand. That, son, I got a soccer ball, I missed the shot. And once you understand that, then now you able to take and create what need to be created. Now you can do what you need to do. And you put it in the marketplace. See, this is the thing. You got to look and you got to say, okay, what has been a solution for me? What have I done that has solved a problem for me? What have I figured out? What have I created that has solved a problem in my life? It literally could be anything. You found a way to organize your pantry. You found a way to keep your house clean. You found a way to get your clothes cleaner. You found a way to get your child to behave better. You found a way to get your hair better, your teeth better, your skin better. You found a way to be more positive, to think more positive. Whatever it is that you created, what did you create that helped you? When you create something that helps you, that could be sold. Now you could sell that to somebody else. Because like they say, the game is to be sold, not to be told. Meaning you put it in the marketplace. You put it in the marketplace and you help other people. And you can't feel bad about helping other people. You can't feel bad about stepping into your purpose. You can't feel bad about doing what you was called to do. You can't feel bad about that. Okay, let's say top fans. G Mama, Kim Alexander, Pat M, Lakeisha Griffin, TT, is it Sherry, Renee Howard, X Machia, Caramel Kisses, Ashley or whatever, Blanca Rosa. I ain't say Ashley or whatever now. Her name say Ashley or whatever. So that's what you got to realize and understand. So it's time. And see, here's the thing. So Ashley or whatever, I know her. And she got a cleaning business. Cleaning business is working. It's working. And you're going to learn over time, because this is something I'm doing for the rest of my life. The purpose, now later, y'all forgive me, it's hot in here, so I said reconnecting. And so if Ashley can create the house cleaning guide to success, how I provide for my children as a single mother that know how to clean, is gonna spend, whether they got to borrow the money, they're gonna spend that $97 to get that house cleaning guide. And what Ashley got to do is just invest in herself to have the guide promoted, whatever that cost is. So if I say, hey, Ashley, that's gonna cost you $250, that's gonna cost you $500. Hey, you see, I done built the audience. I done put 15 years in building it. So pay what it costs. And then now 1,000 people know about your guide. They might can't afford it right then, but they're gonna bookmark it. So when they get paid, they're going to spend that $97. And this guide is teaching everything you did wrong and everything you did right. That's how y'all got to start thinking. And that's why I'm opening up the Purpose Pushers community, because yes, you can make money, but you got to tie it into purpose. It got to be something that's bigger than you, and it got to be for a reason. So, hey, for the solopreneur, some of y'all on here, we got a class at 8 p.m. I might be sweaty and stink, so y'all forgive me. But that's an hour and a half from now. So y'all forgive me. I don't want this here to cut off on me. Dr. Gibson, I got your email about your promo. Maybe that's what Kim was talking about. Kim, send me an email if you signed up for a promo. And I just got to find the room and space for it, because priority goes to my Euro coaching clients. And so Euro coaching clients, they pay $7,500 to $10,000 depending on their package, their program that they in. So when y'all see me promoting people all the time, they in the Euro coaching. It's not that I'm doing anything with that woman or that we dating or sleeping together. She is a paid client. So anytime you see me promote somebody over and over, that's the Euro coaching. What's going on now, Booster? Yeah, get my flight over there to the Philippines. Tell me where to stay at over there. I want to check that Philippines out. And Angel Face, Mella, God bless you. But yeah, I'm in my song. I'm in my routine now. My phone's starting to burn. So yeah. Yep, I'm gonna get over there to Portugal too, Gisela. And y'all gotta forgive me, just in the season I'm in. I'm just real tied up, just real busy, and just a lot going on. It's just certain seasons where you gotta focus on you, and you got to birth what the Lord give you to birth. And so y'all be patient with me as I try to pop on here and do these videos. But I got to first serve my community here, and then after that, I'm working and birthing what the Lord gave me. So tomorrow, 10 a.m., I'm launching. You're going to see a video go out by that time, 10 a.m., the Purpose Pushers community. I want to break the internet. I want to let them folks over there at school know they finally got a real one on the platform, and that we coming for it all. Because see, it gets so much talk about the other communities, about the white communities and the Asian communities investing in themselves and loving themselves and understanding self-development And then the black community, we get laughed at. All we want is Gucci belts. All we want is concerts. All we want is, like Martin Luther King say, we buy what we want and beg for what we need. So I need you to show up strong over there on that school community to send a message to Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens, who own it, that we here. Oh, the thing says still live. Y'all, I thought this went off, y'all. Y'all forgive me, I'm gonna cut it on off. It was my temperature. My temperature had done went out. So y'all forgive me. Well, I was talking to you from the outside, and what I was saying is I got to take and run this purpose community up, because they think that only certain demographics believe in self-development, believe in purpose, believe in growth, believe in pushing and stretching. And what we got to show as people of color, and even the people that's not a color, that's a part of my community, of course, you're welcome too, with that people of self-development communities and not just money-making communities. So like the credit repair community, the business credit community, the stock trading communities, those type of communities, they get a lot of support. They get a lot of support, and everybody's support. And that's one of those situations where we got to take and show that, okay, it's on us, that we want self-development, that we want to grow, we want to be better, we want to do better, we want to do more. And that's what we got to show. And that ain't going to be easy. That ain't going to be easy to do. Definitely, it's going to be a challenge, but y'all going to see me. I'm going to be pushing this purpose community. And in here, we'll be addressing things in the media, like the different purpose-based things, purpose-based businesses, different examples. We'll be supporting each other. So it'll be similar like the blessed circle, what the scammers was doing, except for we going to do it honestly, to where when you release your purpose-based business, you get in the queue with me, you get in the line to be promoted, and those who are able can support. And that's that group economics. And that's what we got to be able to do, support each other, but support each other in the right things. We support so much drama, we support so much toxicity, but we don't support enough positivity. So yes, don't join it to try to come up. Don't join it for selfish gain. Join it because you want to grow. Join it because you want to meet like-minded people. Join the group because you want to be remembered weekly of your purpose. You want to be reminded of your purpose and your call and what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you got to be thinking about. What am I here for? And am I doing it? So yeah, didn't mean to be on here this long. It's just supposed to be 30 minutes, y'all. But God bless you. We're going to be mixing in these purpose topics with the Purpose Pushers community. The link is in the description. I might go live on there every day, Monday through Friday, when I'm home and able to. And then when I'm on the road, I'll let you know, and we'll just be in a chat. But I'm going to be posing some very thought-provoking questions. So you have to turn on your notifications. Download the school app. It's SKOOL. And turn on your notifications, so when I pose a question, even if you're at work, when you go on lunch break, you can log in and write it, because your answer for yourself will also benefit somebody else. And that's the unfortunate part about the YouTube memberships. They don't have a community chat. And it just seemed like it'll be something real simple and straightforward to do, but it's crazy how stuff could be worth billions of dollars and they don't think about the most simple stuff. And so it's no community chat on YouTube membership. So I had to go to school, to the school platform, because they got a community chat. So when you sign up, if you go to the community, click on community, you'll see where I posted. And I say, hey, this for, August 21st, answer this question. So tune on in. Appreciate you. Link in the description. Join today if you're ready. Wait till tomorrow if you need to. First 7 days is free on me. and you'll get a reminder about that. And if it ain't for you, no hard feelings. Come on in, see what it's about. We're gonna be building. It's gonna be our own ecosystem, and everything will start to flow through there. So the people who are able to do one-on-one sessions, it'll just be through that community. People invited to the retreats, to the seminars, it'll be first that community. And so I'm really going to community because we in a world with AI and with social media that we just getting disconnected. And so what I'm focusing on and about to put all my time, energy, and effort in is to building a real community, a real tribe where we connected. And so hope you could join us. Say that link in the description. God bless you. Keep your head up. Appreciate the moderators and supporters. And we'll get to do another Q&A at some point. Journey probably be like have to do the super chat if you're not in the Blessed Tribe. Only the Blessed Tribe members who you see that little sign by their name get to ask questions when we do the Q&As. And so if you're not in the Blessed Tribe, then you would just do the super chat. I think they low as 99 cents. And to pose your question, because that's the only way I'll be able to see it. Because typically when I'm on the computer, I just have it members only could chat. But today on the phone, they don't have it on the phone. So hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. 8 p.m. for the Solopreneur Mastermind members. We got us a class tonight. We'll talk soon. We might be touching on a little bit on the community aspect of how you can add that to your brand, and a few other things, and doing a little Q&A in the chat like we always do.